This is the classic, beautiful Winchester Model 70 featherweight, chambered in a classic cartridge, the 30-06 Springfield. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the things I absolutely love about this rifle and things I hate about it. And then I'm going to take it to the range with some factory ammo and hand loads to see how well it performs. Hope you enjoy the video. First off, let's make it clear, this unfortunately is not my rifle. This is my younger brother's rifle. And he wanted a 30-06 because he always felt like it's the classic cartridge, the do-it-all cartridge, and he wanted it in a classic rifle. And I don't know if you can beat getting a Model 70 in a walnut stock with blued steel. It's just darn pretty. Such a good looking rifle. I'm going to talk some things that I absolutely love about this rifle. Of course, we're going to talk about the unfortunate thing about this rifle. So let's get into the things that I really like. Number one, this is such a smooth action. It has that classic Mauser action. FYI, this gun is 2 years old, so my brother bought it in 2021. It has a 22-inch barrel. So there is the Model 70. Interesting enough, it's made in Portugal by Browning. If you didn't know, Browning and Winchester are now together, and they're actually in my state, so that's pretty sweet. The next thing that I really like about this rifle is the high-quality craftsmanship. There really isn't plastic on it, maybe with the exception to that. It's metal trigger guard, metal floor plate. Speaking of the trigger, it is very nice. It's crisp. Probably set around 3 pounds. We haven't messed with it at all, but it's very nice. Let's go into the one thing that I hate about this rifle. It has to be the pickiest rifle I have ever loaded for. It only likes the 168 grain TTSX. It's a good thing that's a really good hunting bullet. But this is the best groups I can get out of this rifle. And I have tried a lot of other bullets. These are just some of the bullets that we've tried in this rifle, and the accuracy is awful. Does not like any of the Accubons. And it absolutely hates the Swift Sirocco in the 150 grain. And surprisingly, it does not like the 165 grain TTSX, even though it loves the, well, it likes, not loves, it likes the 168 grain. I've also tried 180 grain Nosler ballistic tips, doesn't like those. I've also tried 178 grain ELDX, and it doesn't like those either. How bad is the accuracy? Well, these are the typical groups that you get, 3 to 4 inch groups. And then sometimes when you're lucky, you can get 2 really grouping well. And even when I have weight and have the barrel cool down, there's always a 3rd flyer. And then a lot of times it's groups like that. It's terrible, unfortunately. In this video, we're going to try out some factory ammo. I don't usually buy factory ammo very often, and I've just heard absolutely incredible things about the Federal Terminal Ascent, so I bought the 165 grain. So excited to shoot these. I'm pretty confident this gun probably won't like it, but you never know. But we're going to test out the velocity, the accuracy. I'm also going to pull one of the bullets to see what powder it's using and how much powder it's using. I am so excited to shoot these Terminal Ascent. I've just heard nothing but amazing things about this bullet. So hopefully the gun likes it. After pulling the bullet, this is what the 175 Terminal Ascent looks like. Pretty good high BC bullet. Again, a G1 BC of 0.520. Makes it one of the higher BC bullets for a 175 grain bullet in 30 caliber. Here's the case. And moment of truth, what kind of powder did they use? Wow, I'm surprised this isn't ball powder. I'm not sure what powder this is, but the official weight, 49.8 grains. After pulling the bullet, I decided to resize the neck, and for the heck of it, I just deprimed the primer. So this is what the primer looks like. It's got this neon green look to it. Not 100% sure what primer this is. If you guys have any guesses, let me know. Before I seat the bullet back in it, I thought I would show you how much powder basically 50 grains is. So not quite to the shoulder, just about. Bullet's been seated back in. Can you tell which one was pulled? The one on the left was the pulled one. Anyway, the cartridge overall length with this bullet seated in there is 3.252. So it's seated in there pretty far. Again, this is kind of a monolithic bullet, so I'm not surprised if it likes some jump. As for hand loading, we are going to try the 130 grain TTSX and the 175 grain LRX. So I've loaded it up with IMR 4064 with the 130 grain. I think we're going to see some velocity of over 3,200 feet per second. And I've loaded up the 175 grain LRX with Superformance powder. And by golly, if this gun doesn't shoot well, at least it's going to go fast. So I'm hoping to see over 2,800 feet per second. The backdrop of this range is pretty impressive. But let's go ahead and do a velocity test with the Federal Terminal Ascent. So I will do 3 shots testing the velocity. Then we will see how it shoots. Cheat then with the slide. Yeah, I did have it more forward before. I don't know why I moved it so far back. Or you always shoot like that. Yeah, it's right there. That's too long. Probably then. Whenever you fire up to the bench. So the rule here, whenever you fire up to the bench. Pretty disappointing with the Federal Terminal Ascent. Let's see how my hand loads do. We'll first start with the 175 grain LRX.
I just put it down, please.
Sorry, what?
Does it work?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Does it work?
I think so.
Oh, let me just carry around this.
Does it work?
Sorry, what?
Does it work?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just got back from the range. I got into the house and my wife is like, "Oh, what's wrong with you? You look pissed." I don't think I'm pissed. I'm just sad, disappointed, not surprised by the group. It just sucks, literally. So 2.76 inch group, yeah, not great. The best group of the day, still not very good, but I might try something with this 175 grain LRX. 1.5 inches. First two were pretty darn close, maybe half-inch group from each other. But yeah, disappointing day. So I didn't show you any footage of the 130 grain just because they shot terrible, other than this one. But the problem was I was shooting at the target below this, and this hit at the upper part of the target above. I had no idea this was happening until my second shot. Here's actually my first shot. I thought maybe it went off to the paper on the right, so I moved over on the target to the left side and still didn't hit paper, and then I finally found him. I'm probably going to try these again. Maybe mess a little bit with seating depth or, you know, change the powder weight a little. But overall, not surprised. Sadly, I think this 30-06 is a lemon. However, it does shoot one bullet pretty decently, so I don't know if you could call it a complete lemon, but yeah, it's lemonade. But thanks guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Should I try more load development with the 175 LRX and the 130 grain TTSX?